he was unable to do it in that morning, and then the guy came back. And there was just this exchange of words between them. But when coming, he was having a cutlass, he was having a knife, and another form of weapon in his car. And then just all of a sudden, pull out this knife and stab him. At that point in time, it was at a mechanic garage. Do you expect police officers to be deployed at mechanic garage to prevent crime? I want to believe the answer should be a resounding no. We cannot do this. We don't even have the resources, both human and material resources, to do this. All right? Where did the next one happen? At St. Charles Luanga Church. At the hall. Sorry, I'm sorry you're a Christian. Eh? Sorry, no offense here. I have very good Christian friends. At the hall. It was a party. Youths. 5 a.m. in the night. Usually, when there are programs and they suspect that they may have problems in terms of crowd control, they will write to the police and we will deploy. But that responsibility, even when you look at it from a critical vantage point, it's not supposed to be the work of the police. But usually they have problem in controlling ticketing at the gate. This is where we will deploy. But that deployment even does not necessarily have to be, even though they can have multiple responsibilities as a police officer. Now this thing happened around 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 a.m. in the morning. That was when it happened. We were not there. And you don't expect us to be at the church or the church hall when there was a party there. How many times do they have party in that hall? How many other times at Semega Jane Hall? How many other times at the Father Farrell Hall, in Carnegie? That is difficult for us. And we cannot give that assurances that anytime there is program, the police will deploy there to prevent or deter crime. That will be my answer for you.
Yeah, assalamualaikum. May tuddu Alassane Ba jógee Tor Alassane TV. Suma laajte bi mooy keroog dafa am ay xale yoo xamante ni mu ngi xamoon bur foot benn xale dafa dogal benn audio saaga ci groupe boobu noonu ñu fa nekk mu ne leen ne su leen neexee ngeen ñëw indi ay paaga ñu daje ba pare xeex ndooyi tamit ñoom tamit ñu jógee foofu noonu war a dem daje ak ñoom ngir ñu xeex waaye loolu yàlla def ay mag ñëw àtte leen léegi yéen nag lan ngeen mën a def loo xamante ni tey da ngeen a am waxtaan ak xale yi ngir loo xamante ni ñu ngi koy def ñoom ñu mën ko bàyyi because lii bokk na ci mbiri drogue bi because xale yu ndaw da ngay gis xale yu ndaw ñoo xamante ni ay matuñ sax 15 years ñu ngi use drogue te loolu xale su usee drogue fu mu jëm rek mooy lu mooy xalaat pour def rek mooy xaam soo loolu naka ngeen mën a def yéen autorités yi ngeen liggéey ci fànn boobu noonu ci xale yi.
jërëjëf si sa laajte bi foo naa wax nga ne audio bi daf ko defar mu yónnee ko si groupe bi léegi groupe boobu noonu du fekkee amul benn police officer bu fa nekk naka la ñoo mun a xamee loolu foo naa kenn si groupe bi mu ko déggee moo war a jël audio bi mu yónnee ñu ko ñun. Burfoot, there is a deployment of anti-crime there. Tanje amna police post. Tuyereng amna. Brusubi amna. TDA fi Senegambia. Li yef fi ñoo wax ni is less than 15 kilometers radius distance. Fuñ ko mën di report rek dinañ fa mënon a dem pour mëna safaral mbir mu mënon. Légui bi nga waxé né amna xalé yu nga xamné fukké ak juroom lañ am ñu ngi jëfo drogue ñu ngi def lu nga xamné ay naka su dul non la légui nañ laccé suñ bop xalé yoy nonu fan lañ joggé ci kër yi lañ joggé opa doole bi yo ci kër lañ joggé kër yoy nonu am nañ ay kilifa lolu yeb waruta mëna nekk liggéeyu police ñun ñepp am nañ that responsibility man amna ay doom yu mag grown up children waye ñooñu nonu hejna ci katani yalla dugaanguñ ci façon yoy nonu yeb dafa dess ci yarin bi rek te ñuy waxal xalé yi parce que li ñoo oyé youthful exuberance tam bu tam am na de peer group pressure tamit am na nga gis ki sa morom la mu ngi def li mu ngi def li yow tamit no lolu mu ñéla nga dugal ci o mu am ki nga xamné sa mo la ci dugal lolu nonu yeb nek na lu nga xamné ñun bëgguñ ko ci dëkk bi waaye liggéey boobu noonu dafa war a nekk ñun ñëpp kenn ku nekk am nga role and responsibility li nga war a mun a def pour aar façon problème yooyu noonu mooy nekk suma tontu if that's satisfactory. I think he's still on the floor.
xam nga am na période yoo xamante ni dañ fiya comme yar seen doom ci yeneen yarin yi because dañ ragal ne am na noo xamante ni suñ leen ko defee comme ñoom xale yi si seen boppa dinañ leen reporter suñ leen reporter parents yi la ñoote bàyyi xale yi so beneen bi mooy ci mbiru groupe bi léegi man lu may laajte comme laaj naka ngeen mën a def toog ak xale yi di waxtaan ak ñoom ci mbir boobu noonu ngir ñoom si seen boppa ñu xam ne soo usee lii mooy result bi nga ciy amee understand bi ñoom si seen boppa ñu mën koo bàyyi.
baax na jërëjëf ci second laajte bi waaye xaw ma ndax danga dee follow police seen Facebook page bi du fekkee yaa ngi ko follow fu naa sa tontu bi mu ngi fa bu yàggut ni last week la ngay jeexal suñ community policing caravane bi dooree ko Baara fii dem ba Boli Banna ñëwee noonu ba si kombo bi fii amul community bu gaay demut cover nañ almost all major schools in this country muy middle school muy senior secondary school sometimes even kindergartens te loolu noonu yëpp lii la fa gaay dee discuss te ñun di feedback du ñoo am is very promising ëppa doole bi yëpp especially si day gi gaay ñoo déglu even attendance bi sax school teachers yi headmasters yi they all receive us with open arms so for now loolu noonu it has really yielded dividend dem na ci yoon bu bëri pour mun a saafaral mbir moomu noonu yaakaar nañ ne tamit as we move into the year loolu dina nekk li nga xam ne dina wàññi yëfi crime especially si affaire xale yi.
Good afternoon, Honorable IGP. Thank you for that deliberation. My question is...
What's your name, madam?
Sure. My name is Yaya Sedi from Voice Out Digital, also known as VOD. Recently, we have seen significant improvement in courts regarding murder cases. There have been a lot of cases that have been won by the state. Likewise, we have seen cases that the state lose due to lack of proper investigation from the beginning of the case. So you have mentioned some cases here, the likes of Yunus Ambai and the recent murder cases. Are we foreseeing the police doing proper investigation in order not to lose these cases before the court?
Thank you. Investigation is usually very expanded at the beginning, but as you go into it, it's narrowed down. When we usually finish our investigation, we send it to the country's legal office, and that is the Office of the Solicitor General and the Legal Secretary. This is where they will dissect the investigation, come up with areas where they think there are gaps. Together with the recommendation from that office, sometimes they send it back to us for us to work on those gaps. And if it is done, we send it to them. That is when it is sent to the courts for prosecution. Anything that happens at the courts, the police has no control over this. That is wholly and entirely the prerogative of the courts. I'm not too sure whether you are following our national media, local media houses. Yesterday I read 2 young boys, and day before yesterday, there was a murder case in 2024 at Burfoot. The person was sentenced to death. Yesterday also I read in the local newspapers 2 young men on violent robbery committed last year around Talinim Farokono. They were sent to jail for a jail term of 20 years each. So the process may be a bit slow, but what is important here, at the end of the day, justice is served. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am Usman Zeligan from JRPS. Based on your statement, you've spoken about the police conducting joint patrols, and then you've arrested, in this June, arrested at least
615.
Do we know the nature of these crimes and how many of them are currently at court, or in court?
Thank you. The nature of the crime varies. If it is drug related, it is transferred to the drug law enforcement. If they are immigration offenses, it's given to the Gambia Immigration Department. Any of those crimes or offenses that are criminal in nature, the police handles them. I think when we finish, not to distract myself from what I'm doing now, the statistics is here. I can give it to you. I have it here in my folder. All right? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am Sirif. Okay. Thank you very much. I am Sirif from Civil Press. You've made mention of that police cannot deploy their men to every corner, and most of the time these incidents where they happen also the places are very important. But now, as
sorry, excuse me. I did not say where these murders happen are very important.
No.
I did not say that.
No.
I just want to correct you.
Yes, sorry. The importance, that one, is slip of the tongue. You understand? So, but what I wanted to say was that the places where these murders happen, you understand? You've made mention of the places, and I added that the places are important also. So now, what I wanted to say as the Inspector General of Police, what do you think can be the solution to these problems? Because they have been happening. That's one. My second question is also, you have controversy outside there that people are saying most of these murder cases are foreigners. What do you say to that?
Thank you very much. Thank you. The measures that we have taken and continues to take to mitigate some of these preventable deaths is to continue our intelligence-led policing. Collection of crime-related areas, hotspots, and to ensure that the timely intelligence sharing is done. I mentioned in my statement that deployment are premised on the places that we consider as hotspots, so that we hit those areas and prevent criminals from perpetrating those criminal acts. That's one of it. Two, routine patrols, vigorous patrols. These are ongoing. The anti-crime unit, the police intervention unit, and supported by members of other security institutions in this country, notably the Gambia Armed Forces, the Gambia Immigration Department, Prison Services, Drug Law Enforcement, Fire and Rescue Services, the State Intelligence Services. They are all joining the police in support of having regular patrols on our streets, especially during the night. So those are some of the measures that we are taking to ensure that there is drastic reduction of crime and crime rate in the country. Thank you. Was there another question?
I also added that there's a controversy, people saying foreigners are the ones.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I remember now. When you look at the recent five murder cases, with the exception of one, two. The one that allegedly, we still use the word alleged because the person has not yet been convicted. The killer of our brother, Yunus Ambai, is confirmed to be a Guinean national. The killer of Mbaidem at Manjaikunda is alleged to be also a Senegalese national. No, a Guinean. The victim is a Senegalese. Well, let's come to think of it. What led to that killing? Satellite disk? We are all renting in one compound. I want to watch football, you want to watch football. Where your disk is being hoisted is the same place where my own. Now my images got blurred because apparently my disk has been shifted. When you go and check, you realize that it was this person who did this. As trivial as that can be, that was what led to that killing. And I'm still repeating myself. That was a compound that was under rent and they are all tenants. Do you expect the police to be deployed in that compound to prevent that crime? Yes, there is a police station very close, Manjai police station. Kotu was also there, Kololi was also there. It should have dawned on someone that let me go and report this matter. But it just happened like that. I am not trying to be defensive here, but if it is any incident that can be attributed to lack of police presence, lack of timely response from the police, I will be the first person to admit this and probably apologize to the whole nation for the shortcomings of Gambia Police Force. But I want all of us here to look at each of these, especially the recent last 5 murders. How did it happen? Where did it happen? What must have led to the incident? These are very critical questions that we need to ask ourselves. Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Assalamu alaikum, good morning or good afternoon to everyone. My name is Liman Sow and I'm from Hilltop FM Radio. So basically my question will be centered around the death penalty. But with regards to the recurring killings or murders that we are witnessing in the Gambia here, are you not considering if in case the Interior Minister seeks advice from you or the Justice Minister, will you advise them for us to consider having the criminal code, which was enacted back in 1933, to be brought back into the laws, because Criminal Offence Act 2025, since it was enacted, we have seen people repeatedly, killing each other here in the Gambia, and many are saying around corners that we need to have the death penalty so that it can deter others from, taking the lives of their fellow human beings. I understand that the criminal offence, was brought in line of democracy, but I see, countries who are more democratic than Gambia, they are still applying, their sentence.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I want my answer in Wolof, please.
Why la cewlo ma ci olof angale mo na ci bana dina la way gis nga lolu nonu duma ci sori sa lolu nonu gis nga soy duga baju office bu mag bobu nonu bi nga dé gis ci sa ndey jor moy suñ National Assembly ñoy ñoo mëna régler lolu dégg okay please.
No, waral ma ñew am nga the death penalty is still in our laws as a moratorium. Death penalty génne wuñ ko de mu ngi ci loi bi waaye dañ ne ndax am I wrong? As a moratorium boy mu ngi ci loi bi, but death penalty itself is not a deterrent. Research daf ko wone. There are states in the US that has a death penalty. Crime rates are higher there today. Prison system is a money good deterrent. Then build prison as a deterrent of crime. What a prison as an institution? But if I stop crime, people are still committing crime. Legi mota ñu am a new idea of legi tonko into penitentiary. Comme munta stop crime. Because crime itself has a sociological explanation. I'm not going to even a question. Luta. Remember, most of these crime they are impulsive. Kirei, bu mo gëna kiram suba, xalaatu da dafa dem reyé ji. Loolu mooy difference manslaughter ak murder. Murder first degree mooy dang ko plan, am nga motif, plan nga ko, saytu nga ki naka la ko reyé la mooy motif bi. Mon si ko plan, moo tax soo seetee sentence bi sax murder moo de gën a high than manslaughter. Comme manslaughter planu loo ko. Dafa impulsive. Da nga génn sa kër maa ngay liggéey waaye plan la pour dem rey nit. Nga dem sa liggéey kaay si fita garage bi nga xuloo ak ni nga jël paaka rek nga jam ko. Wala nga dóor ko dara mu dee. Boo plan loo ko. Léegi comme nu nga ko waxee. Te la mooy police to citizen ratio bi indi Gambia. Ñaata police officers moo am ñaata city 2.5 million ñaata police officers moo am. Pour ngeen stop it means every citizen dañ ko war a jox bodyguard kon. Loolu is impossible benn dëkk defu ko. It's impossible. So moo de wax nit ñi di wax ne dañu war a issuewaat death penalty. Death penalty is there. It was here still people were killing. Remember bu mu fa nekkoon. Rape was even more under Jammeh bu mu fa nekkoon buñ teel a fàtte. Dafa baroon ba Jammeh isi operation lan bulldozer ba mu waat ne dafa dem rey nit ñi yu nekka death row because rey baa ngi bari. To set an example dafa dem death row mu rey inmates yi foofu noonu. Ba gaay ñaan ko mu waat ne su ko defutee mu naan sàngara wala mu lekk mbaam ñun fi fàttewuñ yéen a xeexaleel ngeen ni mu leen a remember because of lu tax mu def loolu because rey mu ngi bari woon at that time mosuma dégg ni wax ne Jammeh dafa war a ñëwaat rey bi ba Jammeh was there ñu nga rey nit ñi comme ganaar state bi si boppam at that time moo doon rey nit ñi sax si boppam buñ njëkkee la fàtte crime fu nekk la am there's no country in the world fu crime amul Gambia te demal nga saaj ngeen research is one of the safest countries in the world violent crime fee is very less government ñun our priority is to make sure every Gambian citizen is safe moo tax we expend so much resources in the police and the army on domestic security but lu mu ko waxee every kër mënuñ fa am police every street mënut a am 10 police fa taxaw foog nga understand ko loolu so pour answer that question moratorium moo fa nekk wa the penalties here léegi loolu noonu pour lift ko is a policy issue dinañ ko consider.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I think that response was very apt. Mr. Hilltop. Next question, please.
My name is Morian. I'm a freelancer here. So I have two questions for you, please. The first one is about, you did mention about crime rate being down compared to last quarter, if I hear you right.
2025.
Can you please provide the statistics to just,
sure.
That will convince Gambians that what they're seeing on social media, that crime is going up just like loudly now, that is actually in terms of the numbers that these different.
Before you go to the second one, okay. I'm just going to answer you. It's 1 o'clock now. Let's meet at my office 2:30. I'll give it to you today.
The next one is about the community policing you mentioned. Can you tell us how that is going to help in reducing crime? The operation, how it's going to work to help reduce crime?
It's already working.
Thank you. How?
It's already working. And the way it is working, I need his attention, that's why. He's busy doing something different. Yeah. The way it is working, the engagement with the schools, the engagement with the community, local authorities, most of them don't know even the basic things that constitute a crime. We are not only targeting schools, and we are not only talking about minor or petty crimes, even issues relating to early child marriage, issues relating to hate speech, issues relating to election violence. It was a combination of different sections of the police. It is not only the community policing. The PIU were there. The human rights and professional standards were there. The gender and child welfare office, were also there. So these are all teams, that team up, supported by the Chinese embassy to go out on the outreach program. It was a caravan, like I mentioned. And from what we are seeing from the feedback, it's positive. It has yielded dividend. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable IGP. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mariam Kamara, working with Jungle Online TV. I think my question is more of a suggestion, but then I would want to speak in the local dialect in order for the public to hear properly. Ndela miro no. Katu ya yita ndele ko komi nyindulal to crime wol kake damindo amanke ko police wol betar la no dula bel to fo wonde. Na miro to fo city fani tiol te tafawla no pour ka ken sunyo kan soldarol anin dol ka je ko ye school or something mi alon ko abe kelele momo idanta grade 9 de wara 12 ye sama je ko mi momo mu yut tin sate kono rek inyanta tambila school to le janding ibe dunna kafo kono ngamiro be kala pulati mi alon ko abe ma ko ile pour ngi jisolte because jama ngajele ka sira fengol male bari mol fana bukela kam faale control no wala problème on so mala ngato le mine mira nyi ko
baraka ba nimbo commence lamba commence le fam la ko di so tenelu ngoy nana ni nga modern dal lete kan right now to recruit all be train kan yundo mani PIU if ana dash taro ko ko di I'm serious about what I'm telling you ngai mi foyte ngami okay say ko mi fote ila suggestion on you ku mayata bakela ngamero wolo youth service ti ka kumandi wolo nimmo mo jita school janni kata doko ke dawda ibe follow la woleto e sanji kilinke je dula dol banko dol bije sanji fula ni bo ke kam fana ka kujama karanje mecholu anin ko dol ten isaje molmi yalon mo be manke office dokulati dol bulo makal femolte ye wala no bag o fana se kenol but then se jibero keno ko wala because last time the last batch ni bol fana graduate no after stadium or balajere kafdame NYSS. So it's an ongoing thing. Abe kekani, but tumando mol minka volunteer kanana mpurka because amanke force good. But coming national at national level for na nase keno luat. Mi alon ko dia kuya ni pareta ino fo isita o service okay. O fana be kumaya. So nda ko tara ngamen fo. But fana ngamen fo da ko na pareta fana ita. Okay, abanda. Thank you.
Good afternoon, IGP. Thank you so much. My name is Omar Bane. I'm from Fulbe TV.
Which TV?
Fulbe TV.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a message. It's a message, not maybe it's a message. Maybe at the end you can have something to say. Today I speak as a concerned citizen about the security of our country. No one is safe anymore. And my message to the government is, the rate of crime is getting higher every day. And often we only see responsible youths being killed, starting from Fatuma Kabo down to Ibunjai. These innocent killed people were from families' homes. Some backgrounds are like mine. One breadwinner. And when that individual lost his or her life, police start investigation. And of course, their investigations are always fruitful because they always arrest culprits. But the ending of those trials will never germinate positive outcome for the victim family, whom will both lose his loved one and start another new life. A hard life.
Are you reading a poem?
Yeah.
No, I'm reading it.
Can you ask a question? The first one.
No, yeah, let me finish, please.
Yes.
Let me finish. Okay. I'm reading those. Hard life to live in by the end, since we are not governed by Sharia law. My message to the government is that it is high time we consider taking care of such families who lost their breadwinners for, I can say, useless. Let's consider helping them with things that will at least ease their burden. We cannot leave them under stress because their families can think a revenge, and a revenge is always bitter. So this is what's happening in Libya. Families or tribal conflicts that's why Libya will never be the same again.
My brother, you are completely getting out of track. No, don't mention war-torn countries here and compare our nation to that. That's going to be very unfair to the Gambia.
I think
No. Regulate yourself, please.
Yes.
Thank you, IGP. Yeah, I said it once again from Voice Out Digital. This is just a follow-up from what the minister just said about regarding the moratorium. So the judgment you said that was passed on Monday by Justice Bramajete. Inside that judgment, at the bottom of that judgment, the person was sentenced to death. And after section 28 of the Criminal Code said the minister should determine if the way in which the death penalty should be served. So can you tell us, when there is this moratorium, how is this death penalty going to be exchanged? Is it going to be life imprisonment, or it is going to be in another form?
The AE is called Mr. Dauda Jallo. The Solicitor General is Mr. Hussein Tomasi. They will willingly answer this question for you. I'm not from a legal point. I'm not a legal
Let
person.
me help you with that. So when there's a moratorium, you can still be sentenced to death. It will not be executed. It means that legally you are sentenced to death, but you will not be killed. You will be on death row. It's a moratorium. I don't know if you understand my point. It is not commuted. It can be commuted only by law, I think the president has the power to commit it to a life sentence. But once it's not committed, you are still on death row, but the killing will not be executed until the moratorium is lifted. As long as it is not lifted, you will not be killed, but you'll be on death row. Is that the final question?
No,
The last question.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay, we have you and that's it.
So once again, my name is Edward Francis Dahlia. So Doctor, my question goes to you. Recently, we have seen that the president has pardoned over 100 criminals without disclosing their names. So when will their names be disclosed? Thank you.
Of course it is disclosed. It is gazetted. By law, all pardoned criminals, their names are gazetted in the public gazette. Go there, go to the public gazette where it is, you'll find their names there and the nature of their crimes.
So once again, IGP, as far as crimes rate are concerned, one of the crimes that really shocked this country was in late 2021 when a teenager by Marimendi was allegedly murdered in cold blood at her residence in Lamen. And that case attracted attention across the country. Activists were using hashtag #MyLifeAsLastSonShow. I want to know, it was not your time at the time, you were not in office, but I want to know, do you receive any updates about this case? Because up to this day, the family is mourning, everybody is mourning about this death, and we don't hear anything about her. I want to know if there is any latest update about that particular case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I acknowledge and accept the fact that office is continuity. I was then heading the Gambia Immigration Department when that unfortunate and tragic incident occurred. Was it in Busumbala or in Lamen? Somewhere. I am not too sure of what I am coming to say, but I don't think any suspect was apprehended in that particular murder case. But please permit me to find out. Let me find out from my colleagues. I don't want to say anything that I'm not too sure of. All right? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. No question for the IG? All right, thank you. Thank you, IG. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, just to close this ceremony, I'd like just to say a few things. That the government of His Excellency, the President Adma Barrow, takes these cases very seriously. The safety of every citizen, not only those who are living within the territory of this country, but also every Gambian living abroad, is of utmost priority to the government of the Gambia. Our wish is for every citizen to live a safe life without being exposed to any criminal activity. That is our priority as a government. Therefore, every death, particularly if it's a young person, for us is a national tragedy. Just if one young person is killed, in the manner in which they have been killed, for us as a government is a national tragedy, and we take it very, 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 very seriously. That is why we are expending a lot of resources to support the efforts of the police, and the police are doing a fantastic job. Crime comes in two phases. Either you are able to prevent it, and where you cannot prevent, you solve it. And 100% all cases have been solved by the police. If there are conditions where the suspects are still at large, go and look at the registry of committed crimes in those countries. Suspect at large. Here, all suspects are apprehended within 48 hours. Whether it is armed robbery, whether it is manslaughter, the suspects are always apprehended. By this means the police are doing a fantastic. It means the intel is working. But like you said, the police cannot prevent every single crime in this country. It is impossible. No country does it. Even countries that expend billions and billions of dollars and euros into policing cannot prevent every crime in their country. It's not possible. Particularly a resource-poor country like the Gambia. It's not possible. But what are the advantages, and why we praise the police, is that they're able to solve these crimes and they're able to apprehend the suspect within 48 hours. That's a very good turnover of solving crime. A very, in fact, an excellent one for that matter. So we praise the police for doing a good job. And remember, crime is everybody's business. Crime prevention is everybody's business, and security is everybody's business. The schools have a role to play. These young people are in the schools. Let's ask, what are the schools doing to engage young people? They are from the homes. What are the homes? What are communities doing? The police alone cannot do this. All of us have to play a key role in making sure we prevent crime in this country. And we take these things very seriously. And like I said, I've heard people saying that we should bring back the death penalty. There is no empirical evidence to suggest that death penalty alone is a strong deterrent from people committing crimes. And remember, most of these crimes, like I said, are mostly impulsive, spur of the moment, where those who are the perpetrators don't even plan to do it when they wake up in the morning. It's a serious challenge for us as a government, and we are taking it very, very, very seriously to make sure that every Gambian live a safe life, free from crime. And that is our wish. And I think the community police is working, because we've seen the number, the statistics are there, statistics don't lie, that crime rates have gone down year to year. And remember also, from a sociological point of view, we have a young population. We have a very young population. Even in the home, when you have only teenagers in your house, sometimes, as a parent, you are struggling because they are teenagers. It's not an excuse, but sometimes we need to understand that as well. But as a government, my message is that the president takes these things very seriously and is equally concerned about the recent fatal stabbings. And the police are doing a good job, and we need to support the police. All of us have to support the police. And like I said, we in the communities, if we see or suspect a crime about to happen, there's an emergency number, isn't it? I think it's 117. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not functioning. Yes, because also if the police wants us to call, there should be a number we can call. Because if I say crime about to take place, who do I call? 996-888-5. But I also think that if you live in an area and there's a police station, get the police station, the number of the SO of that police station.
So we actually publish all commissioners, their chief of operations, their head of intelligence, of all countrywide, posted on our social media, so that people have access to this. And also the anti-crime, because the anti-crime here you have been the response team. So this is really working for us.
So that is it. Mbokk li ñu leen doon wax fii mooy ne gis nañ ne fan yëpp ñu ne am na ndaw yoo xam ne am na ñu si jàmpaaka ñu ree leen mu nekk li nga xam ne nag nguur gi mu jaaxal leen trop ñu am si li nga xam ne mooy naxaat parce que benn ndaw wata ñaake bakkanam si anam boobu noonu moo tax tey ñu isi ki nga xam ne moo jiite police mu ñëw waxtaan ak askan bi pour ne leen ne ngeen dal na askan bi dal bu kenn tiit parce que dañ dee dégg nit ñi di dem di wax ne Gambia uratut bés bu ne ñu ngi ree nit ñi comme ganaar loolu amut waaw am na ñi nga xam ne fan yi am na ñin si jàmpaaka ñi dee te ñun ñu ngi koo ñaawlu te ñu ngi koo naxarlu nguur gi moo tax lépp lu ñoo def pour gis ne jàppale police yi dooleel leen pour ñu mën a xeex li nga xam ne mooy crime nguur gaa koo def waaw comme ni ko njiiti police bi waxee mooy ne police yi mënuñoo nekk fu nekk mënuñoo nekk si koñ bu nekk wala si kër bu nekk te réew yu bari yi moo xappun mooy si palaas yi liggéeykaay la di amee ak li nga xam ne mooy si kër yi ak si koñ yi waaye ñu ngi dem seen kéemtalaay kàttan pour gis ne bépp boo xam ne doomu réew mi nga ñu aar la si réew mi ba boo am benn jafe-jafe mi nga xam ne tey dañ la war a jàmpaaka wala ñu laa rey waaye li ma doon wax mooy ne comme que ñun nguur gi jël nañ ay matuwaay pour jàppale police pour ñu mën a def seen liggéey pour aar doomi réew mi ñun tamit ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy doomi réew war nañoo mën a def dara parce que sécurité ñëpp suñ liggéey la parce que xale yi nga xam ne ñooy dem di def yenn crime yi si kër lañ jógee ak si school yi kon ñëpp nañ jàppa waxtaan ak ndaw yi ñu gis ne réew mi suñu réew la su yaawoo ñun ñëpp la moo yaaxal te su baaxee tamit ñun la kon di wax ne ñaawli nañ ko police bi ñëw na wax na pour dalal askan bi ne nag ñëpp dal bu kenn ragal Gambia tey soo seetee aduna bi yëpp ràññee nañ Gambia si réew yoo xam ne moo gën a uur si aduna si mooy jàmm nga ne moo fi nekk kon ñun ñëpp ñu fexe ba gis ne jàmm bu noonu mu continuer ñu jàppale police yi jàppale suñ boppa foo dem nga gis ne xale yaa ngi ñëw commit crime foofu noonu nga jël ut police number nga call police yi nga oo leen noonu la ñu mën a jàppale police yi mbadingol ñim press conference nga kumani bin kama ñing lungol kono nga jele ko iko funding ke dol mialon ko yewol so muro la yefa akere kuti mialon ko mansa kunda ya ke kuti mialon ko nga manindi la andum fana mansa kunda ya muta very seriously bawo mansa kunda la xammo wolon kaje ko banko dio banko dim fo be gambe fo bantala banko kan ila Cairo ani la nyanto ani kaje ko fane la tanko wolon to la priority as a government wala police on ke sementu ya anen do ko jorango la pour kaje ko e se do ko keno nyama pour banko de ngol bela tanko nsa bambandino bako police kunto ya fanya me nga ko man jambi pour andi banko de ngol si kacha ka banko de ngol ka tani la ko mo kana sila nka mo dol ka ko sade ko no gambia man koy lolu bi mol faalo man soto crime bedula be dunia be to banko te dunia kono mi yalon koy ko crime tije amon soto woto ning crime be gambia mbe nyanta ka de nga crime ning kele nga police ol di ma ngi sembentu ya nga kacha nindingol si kacha bawa dingol mil ka findi kara crime kamit e ka bo solle kono e ka bo karam bon le fananto to be police ol di ma la nyamen ka banko fanandi ma lon ning dingol le kacha so kono ning student so le kacha karam bon to bako police kunto ya fo nyamen ka fo ko mo kana sila gambe hani kabi bi dunia kono ya sutelo ko bankol mi alon ko bi kayra bankolon alon tanko fanam bi janne odo pro tanko si continue wo kayron to bele nyanda ka do nga police ol di ma pour kaje ko kayro sabati gambe bankon kan ko police kunto ya fo nyamen bi police ol taton la suwo kono nga police killing ke jam possible no wala mbeddol kan mbedde wo mbedda police killing so do bare biaji bi la community policing ani la patrol sol kaminke woka ku jamala dema katanko sabati gambe bankon kan barata be kenola ode komin kerata mi alon ko fonnin kel mil so muro la foy fata ambe duwale almane monin ka faro kele por kaje ko fanan ka bobi kata o sifa kana ke gambe ko tenke ma fola fonnin kele ko mo kana lo wata into your own hand. Nobody should take the law into your own hands, and the law is very clear. And now we are going to have a zero compromise attitude on these things, on crime in this country. And I think the IGP has already discussed that with his team. Zero compromise. We cannot allow that to happen in this country. And the government will take all the measures necessary to ensure we protect our citizens. So the new one ko bi be kulubale ala sade kono tare ka fu mo le kala nga be al murul fi na mo kulubale akol le manya na kaso wala as a responsible country. Odo police all mbaten to lamba jala nata nyamen kan nimba ko kacha ke dalal ke la hakilo tankondi ka fu ko Gambia is safe nga doko ke nim police le doko ke banko dingol nim police do par kaje ko nga mansakunda dima pour katango sa di Gambia kan. Members of the press, I thank you for this press conference. I hope all your questions have been well answered. And like I said, we appreciate your partnership, members of the press. The police IG cannot go and talk to every citizen in this country. So to communicate, we rely on you. You are the conduit between the government and the citizens. And you bring us news from the citizens, we also give you news to the citizens. So we thank you for your partnership. And IGP, thank you very much, you and your entire team, for your good job, and also for accepting our invitation even though it was last minute. And I also thank the press for accepting our invitation even though it was a last minute. I think we informed you this morning, and all of you came. It means that you also are patriotic and you take the issues of this country very seriously. So I thank you, and I thank my team from the Ministry of Information as well for also in the last minute. I think I woke them up 5 a.m. this morning to say make sure there's a press conference today, and the press conference did take place. So I thank you, and I hope to see you in our next press conference. Thank you.
No.